You rise up in the morning beneath the stars so bright. Pull your hat down, make sure your cinch is tight. Horse is kinda snuffy, cold chill up your spine. You'll get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight.
Howdy there, I'm Matt McKinley and we're burning daylight.
In the saddle till the job's done right.
Welcome to Burning Daylight, the only podcast for the working cowboy. Oh, welcome back, Daylight Burners. Welcome back, Casey. Casey Howell's joining me again. He's back in the old stomping grounds, kinda. But the great state of Colorado, the once great state of Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, that's Colorado.
You know, I just got back from California, and California is the most beautiful fucking place on earth. There ain't nothing wrong. There ain't nothing wrong with the state of California. It's the people running it that are the fucking idiots. Like, it's the same way with Colorado. But my God, I get why people move there despite all the bullshit. I mean, it is fucking gorgeous. The weather's nice. I mean, we crossed the Sierras and within 2.5 hours. I mean, the fucking Sierra Nevadas, and 2.5, 3 hours you're on the Pacific Coast Highway where there's just mountains in the background and then it drops off a cliff into the Pacific Ocean. It is absolutely fucking gorgeous. And I gotta say, I thought, aside from like professional soldiers, that's the craziest profession on earth, particularly in wartime. Like, no doubt. That's the craziest profession on earth. But I thought cowboys were pretty distant second of like craziest profession on earth, because just the shit that you can come up against. I'm gonna retract that, and I'm gonna put us behind just right underneath sailors, because although we're dealing with wild animals and animals are unpredictable, we ain't dealing with the fucking ocean, dude.
Yeah.
the ocean's a whole other creature.
Water.
So yeah, I'm gonna put a sailor, especially like those crab fishermen and just like I don't know, like anybody that has to deal with the ocean on an everyday basis. I'm gonna put that above cowboying on the crazy level.
I believe.
I know my place. And it's on land.
Same.
I don't mind.
I'm fucking good on that.
I don't mind paddling out there a little bit and doing some boogie boarding. I've never done any surfing. I wouldn't mind trying. But I don't need you dragging me out into the ocean on a jet ski to catch a wave. No, I'll catch one closer to shore,
Yeah, I'll skimboard.
Yeah. And I definitely I'm not getting on this little dinghy and going across the fucking ocean,
Yeah.
That's shit's crazy. Cowboy's pretty fucking normal compared to that. Yeah. Like I'd probably do a cruise maybe. But yeah, and I've been on a ferry boat from I've been to Martha's Vineyard several times, and it's like an hour and a half ferry ride out from Woods Hole, Massachusetts, out to Martha's Vineyard, and that's pretty neat. I never got seasick or anything, but man, being on one of those like little fishing boats or whatever, like they the guys that just sail, like they just take a fucking sailboat across the ocean, like they used to.
Relaxing.
Yeah, I mean, that's they're like guiding themselves by a sextant and the stars.
Yeah.
Like
the only way I would guide myself, I've done it by stars, is okay. The Big Dipper's there. Just follow that some. All right, we're good.
Right.
And in my defense, I was going to get laid.
Fair enough. But now think about that. But you're in a fucking boat, and then you cross the equator, and now all of a sudden the stars aren't the same. You know?
God damn, where's that bitch at?
Yeah, it's so if you tell me take a boat across the ocean with a just a little sailboat or whatever, like a modern day one but sure enough it's like a sailboat, or get on the nastiest horse you've ever seen, like give me the horse 10 times out of 10. Fuck that ocean, man. Yeah, give me that horse, because eventually I'll get him rode, and then I mean, if he doesn't kill me,
pretty, but by God, I'm gonna do it.
Right, and but yeah, say a big wave takes you out in a boat and you survive that, and compare that to being like stranded out in the desert, like Eastern Colorado back in the day. You're a long way from a river, but eventually, there is a river somewhere.
Yeah.
Like there is a river somewhere, and if you can find it, you'll survive. In the ocean, you are surrounded by water that you cannot drink. Like you are fucked.
You're fucked.
You
just no good
properly fucked. Just
properly
You're gonna
try to drink it because you're dumb, but it won't end well.
Yeah.
You will die. You will shoot yourself to death.
Oh, yeah, it's yeah, I'll take the horse every fucking time.
Yeah.
And I put my feet in the Pacific for the first time. I've been to the Atlantic and quite a bit. I've spent quite a little bit of time in
that's it.
And I've been to the Gulf Coast and been in the ocean there, or then the Gulf. But I'd seen, I guess I'd been at San Francisco Bay, but I hadn't like seen the open ocean, and I saw it for the first time, and every time, I mean, it's like seeing the Grand Canyon. You're just like, holy fuck.
Wow, that's big.
Like, I don't care like what you've done in life, like crazy shit. It's just when you see something natural like that just like, you're just like, oh fuck.
What's Book Billion say? It inspires awe and wonder.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly right. And yeah, it makes you realize just how small you actually are.
Yeah, you're not even a blip.
Yeah, it's wild. It was cool to it was really cool to see the Pacific, it was just fucking cool. I'm glad I don't work on on some sort of ship,
man.
I know. And that's like, yeah, like all the shit that can kill you before you get to just the ocean itself.
Yeah. Like before you get to the big deep ocean, like all the shit on the edge will kill your ass.
Yeah. And that's if just the sheer force of water doesn't kill you first. It's just like, fuck, man. It's I'll take my chances with any horse over that.
Yeah.
Even a donkey. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Like, give me the rankest fucking mule you got, and I'll take that.
No, I'll do that.
Oh.
I bet
yeah, it's but it is really fucking cool to see, though. I mean, man, it's food's good. Like I say, state of California is just fine. It's the people running it, because like you get outside of like LA and San Francisco, and they're even we were in outside of Santa Rosa, where we were staying, and even in the city there, Santa Rosa, I don't know how big Santa Rosa is, but it's probably, I bet it's like Fort Collins size. And and people are just nice, friendly, and you know, everything's expensive, but that expensive beer is cold every time, and but it's like I get why people live there. I really do, and yeah, yeah. If it wasn't so goddamn expensive and they tell you what to do all the time, I might consider it. But Nevada's pretty all right.
Man, I looked at Nevada. I thought about it, but I don't know.
I think you'd like it. It's a good
A
time.
lot of high deserts.
A lot of high desert. Oh, it's like all high desert. There's nothing but high desert.
Sorry, I'm texting and doing the shit.
Oh, okay. you got frozen.
Yeah.
Froze at a
I'm like,
great
wait a
spot.
minute, what the fuck was I gonna say?
Yeah, it froze you in perfect position. It's it's quite entertaining. Yeah, yeah, Nevada is, I mean, it's mountains and high desert, and that's not much else. I mean, even Vegas, which is like sure enough fucking desert. I mean, it's still pretty high elevation. There's, you know, I don't know what Vegas itself is, but it's like I mean those mountains are right there.
Man, I haven't even been to Nevada.
No?
Well, like on the edge of it. That's about it.
I've drove across most of it. Um, I've seen
Long
a
drive.
lot of it, but like the coming up from Vegas to like Tonopah. Um, yeah, I guess I've seen it in the day. And then from Mesquite up to Tonopah. That one was in the dark, so I drove across it, but I didn't see shit. That's where they call it the UFO highway. That's where they see all the UFOs. And
Well, fuck, because it probably takes so long to get across.
it does, and it goes right along the edge of Area 51 too, which is where they they did all the testing on like the stealth bomber and shit. It was all
It's all open. There ain't nothing there.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, but they tested a whole lot of weird, crazy, goofy shit there at Area 51. So that's
I wonder how many times they blew shit up.
oh,
Because
so
they
many
had to
fucking
fail.
times, dude. So many fucking times. There's this book, I think it's just called Area 51. It's by Annie Jacobson, and you can get it on Audible. So listen to it while you're doing your shit. She's got a great reading voice, and it's a fucking just fascinating book, man. Like it was called the A10 or A12 Ox cart or some I think is the plane they built. It's what the it's what the SR-71 Blackbird was modeled after. Like the SR-71 was like the stealth bomber before they made the B-2 bomber.
Yeah.
And but the military one, like the stealth bomber that the military uses, is modeled after the CIA version. And that one, that she interviewed one of the pilots, and he said he left from Area 51 and like hit top or cruising speed, which was like Mach 3.5.
Jesus.
Yeah. They made it from Area 51 to Billings, Montana in 18 minutes.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Like
That's cooking.
that's gnarly. And
that's pretty goddamn cool.
He said from there he like banked, and they went up along the Canadian border, which I'm sure like that little jaunt from Billings to the Canadian border was like
30
seconds, something
yeah.
like that. And so he went along the Canadian border, out into the ocean a little bit, came back down, and he said he was down by like Santa Barbara, which I'm not real for sure where I know it's somewhere on the coast there, but they got a call to go back to base, so he went out into the ocean and banked. I guess it was like San Francisco. He was right around San Francisco area when he got the call to go back to Area 51. And so he had to like bank out into the ocean and then make this big loop. And by the time he got headed back east on his loop, he was at Santa Barbara. Yeah, it was, those things go so fucking fast. And yeah, it's crazy. It's a good book. You should I'll send you the link. You'll enjoy it.
So I get to ride, but not a lot. Like I'm having to pay attention a lot more. But it's because we're doing customer cows and we're doing private cow calf. But I have to look in like ear tags, health on cows and calves because we have a lot of colt cows. And it's not necessarily they bought them; they're just their herd's getting old, and they're gonna have to fucking renew it.
Yeah.
So we got a lot that. Have you heard of 10-year-old cows, 7-year-old cows, fucking even like anywhere younger in between? They've been just going down.
Really?
Yeah, didn't have a reason. Just healthy cows going down.
How's the grass out there?
Oh, the grass ain't shit.
Yeah.
But
I noticed. I bet you this next winter when we get calves in off of grass, like we get weaned calves and whatnot, I bet you they're gonna look a lot more spry than they have the last couple of years, just because we finally got some fucking moisture and that grass is gonna be good.
Yeah,
I mean that shit makes a difference. It doesn't matter what you feed them. Like if the grass ain't great, they don't have that. Just they don't have the viability. They don't have the.
Well, they ain't got the grass, and then they ain't got the minerals.
Yeah, the minerals is a big thing too, but
that's the big deal. Is why, and I've heard of it like a lot of ranches that cows are going down, and just they get down, stay down. I mean, it's down to cow.
Yeah,
but and it's a lack of mineral. I think it's like a lack of zinc or something.
Yeah, or like selenium. I know.
Yeah, it might have been that.
I didn't have to deal with it much because by the time I got here, we only got a couple sets of cattle out of Utah. They used to, back when cattle were dirt cheap, they bought a lot of sale barn cattle, and but I only got a couple sets out of Utah, but I guess they used to get a bunch, and there was something about and it wasn't like the entire set, but when they got to pulling cattle, they'd give them, they give them the antibiotic, but also give them a shot of Muci. And I guess between the nutritionist and the head vet, they kind of figured it out on that. But I don't know. It's that shit. It just depends on your country.
Stuff I really like is that multi-win.
Yeah, it's
that actually works.
It works. It works really good on beef cattle. It don't work with Holsteins. Yeah, you'll actually give them toxicity. Yeah, I think it's a copper toxicity maybe, but
God damn, they're like fucking sheep.
Yeah, they're well, and they don't see a blade of grass ever. They only get mama's milk for a brief minute, and then on a bottle. I mean, it's they don't have much of a immune system really. But I guess at least some of the Holsteins we got, like they they don't, you can't give them multi-mineral. Give them, I think it's copper toxicity.
Goddamn, that's fucking weird. It's like giving it to a wolf.
Yeah, I don't know what, I think it has to do with the ration and the, you know, the milk replacer that they get, because they fortify that shit with mineral and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. It's it'd be something to dig into, but I'm probably not going to.
Yeah, probably been one of them boring topics.
Well, and I just like, I don't know, what am I going to do about it? I mean, it'd be kind of nice to know the reason behind it, but it's kind of like when you do a necropsy, you're just like, well, yep, that was a pneumonia, just kind of like I thought. It's kind of cool to look at.
I know it's wrong. I know it's bad, but why am I looking at the rest of this shit?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and then once you, unless you see a particularly gross one, like, it's kind of just like, it doesn't do
the ones that like their heart fucking explodes and it's just there's blood through the whole fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's usually a hardware.
Arteries and really thin veins, and it's just bad.
Yeah, it's usually like a mix between a hardware or a altitude sickness.
Yeah.
Brisket disease, yeah. Either one of those, they'll that heart just, it's not so much the heart explodes, but it's that sac around the heart gets filled up with fluid, and it's fucking gross. I know that. Or peritonitis.
It's full of fucking plasma, I think it is.
Yeah. Plus, usually got a lot of pus too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peritonitis. Those are good ones too. They.
You know what I was real surprised about is so we rented some bulls that were, I mean, they were raised up there, but we took them on the mountain, and half of them got brisket.
No shit.
Yeah, it was fucked up. They were Diamond Peak Cattle Company. They were their bulls, and we rented them. But
those are Rafto, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, you give them shit about that.
I have to. Yeah, they that's kind of their deal, is the pap test too. So I wonder.
Well, it only happened to 2 bulls, I think, but that was fucking years ago. I mean, at least 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, but they've been building up that pap test deal on their bulls for a while now.
Well, that's good. I hope they figured it out, because we got that one, and that fucker got on the fight.
Yeah,
they're pretty bad. And his bulls, they're raised everywhere, so they can swim.
Yeah.
And if they want to get away from you, they'll jump the lake. And what you do is you get a fucking dog that'll swim and bite that fuck out of their head. They'll hit shore. Just wait till they go, catch them, then don't let them back in the water. I've done that. I did on a goddamn colt. It was dumb, but fuck, he's my last bull. I wanted to catch his ass when I seen him.
Yeah, for sure. If you've been looking for him for a while, yeah.
Oh man, I've been looking forever, and I knew I wouldn't have to go looking again if I just caught him right then.
Yeah.
And the trailer was only like a mile away, so we just meandered that way.
There you go. That's I bet your colt knew how to work a rope by the time you got there.
His eyes were about that fucking big, but
I bet so.
He had a goddamn war rifle on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was trying to act all punchy and shit, and I had to put up. I couldn't shut up because I died.
You just had to go ahead and be punchy.
Yeah, fuck, man, and them bulls can pull, and it was a Mustang, so He wasn't very big. He's pretty big now, but Jesus, that it was kind of dumb. I was young. I was really dumb. That was really dumb. But I don't, man. He said that was dumb. I was like, you're right. You're
right. Well, the hell of it is, apparently you made it out of there no problem, and but you got pictures. and yet it was a damn feedlot job that broke your head.
We call that irony.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. I've been really lucky. I've not been I've been in some pretty big wrecks, but I've come out of it, you know.
Man, I'll tell you what, you have that big a wreck, you're like, all right, nothing worse can happen. Let's do it. Time to go. Fuck it.
There you go. I've seen, and I've been involved in some pretty big wrecks, and I've never really been on the receiving end of it yet. So like,
it isn't a fun journey back.
I bet not, man. I bet not. I've just been really, really fucking fortunate. Like the only bones I've ever broke never actually like broke to the outside, so like they didn't have to cast them or anything. It just gave me a soft cast. Or I guess I broke my nose and my pinky, but that doesn't really count.
Fuck. Man, I broke both legs, both arms, both wrists. I broke this one twice.
And the cabeza.
Yeah, and I kind of man, it's my left orbital bone. It cracked this orbital bone. I mean, all this black. I had the fucking hoof print right here. It was gnarly.
Did you see the picture of me when I had my face all puffed up?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I got kicked in the face, and that was fucking stupid too. That like, all I did was we needed the bangs number on this heifer.
Oh fuck!
One of our dairy manager needed it for something. I can't remember what. So rather than running her through the chute, because she was quite a ways from the chute, so I healed her and yanked her down. And
just quick job.
Yeah, and then it was a new rope, and I did not, when I tied off, I didn't check it. And then she kicked, and my rope come loose and popped me right in the face. And it was like I didn't go out or anything. Like, you know, I had like that bright light.
Yeah,
yeah, but like I didn't let her up or anything. You know, it was just it was real quick, and I was like, well, you motherfucker, and I'm like bleeding. so I maybe stuck my thumb in her eyeball a little bit, and then wrote her bangs tag number down and let her up. It wasn't it wasn't that cool of a story, but it broke my nose. Probably fractured something in my face, but like my wife was like, you should go get an x-ray. I was like, what are they gonna do for it?
Yeah, like, they can't pass my head.
It's obviously not like broke, so
man, you know the worst horse wreck I feel that I was in, besides the broken head thing. So I was going around the corner out of feedlot, and there's a frozen puddle, but it was covered with dirt and gravel and shit, and I didn't see it. Neither did the horse.
Oh shit!
We went around it, and that fucking horse's legs just went fucking. I mean, we're going mock Jesus, and she looked. My face dragged along the fucking ground for like 100 feet, and so did her side. My saddle had a fucking nice flat spot on the swell. It was gnarly.
I bet. Yeah, freaking.
I'll tell you what, we got back up. We caught that bitch.
There you go. That's all you can ask for.
I didn't know I was bleeding, so I couldn't see out the side.
I was pulling a calf one time, and it was there at Syracuse, and it was a nice shoot, but it was about wore out old silencer, Had a lot of cattle run through it, and this bitch was a feisty little bitch. Anyway, she had feet out back, coming. Kef was coming backwards. Run her up there to the chute, and it's a big fucking calf and not a real big heifer. Supposed to be a low birth weight bull, you know how that goes. And so I'm wrenching on her, and that head catch was a little weak. And next thing I know, she backed out, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
No.
So I just I just rolled real quick out the palpation gate, and I just sliced my forehead open on the freaking gate latch.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, I like hit. I think there's still. It had been this side. Yeah, I rolled this way, but yeah, I got a scar there too, and but also, so then I rolled out and I just hit the squeeze real hard because I had that calf almost out. His hips were. I just needed to spin his hips and pull, so I hit the squeeze and dropped that calf out, and I was just pouring fucking blood down my face. Well, another day on the job.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, what the hell? Ooh.
Did you get some nudie pictures or what?
No. People tagged me in horses for sale.
Oh.
I mean, those would be nice, but I mean, sale picture better. I like money.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I can make a horse pretty broke pretty fast because I ride the shit out of them.
Yeah, that helps. That definitely helps.
So I'm getting something free because
they got you on any sort of medication after that deal, or are you kind of off of that shit?
I mean, they have me on that Ritalin.
Oh.
But man, that's like legal meth.
It's not that much different than meth, from what I hear.
You'll like it.
I've heard good things.
I've heard good things. You're a liar.
No, that they used to put kids on that shit all the fucking time. I never did.
So they want to put my kid on that shit.
Oh, really?
Well, he's a typical 8-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna act out. He's gonna act up. He's gonna act stupid. I mean,
yeah,
he's a fucking 8-year-old kid. And these guys are. I mean, they're our age, so they got different views, and they're all from the city, so.
Well, and it's the easy way to do it, except like yeah, maybe try not putting the kid on medication first, you know.
I told him, I was like, I'm all right with not doing that. Don't even try to talk me into it.
Yeah, like I'd rather my kid not be a fucking zombie.
Well, the worst part is you can tell when it kicks in, because with me, if I didn't take it, I'd want to take a nap by 2. If I did, it was time release. So I take it at 7 o'clock when I wake up, and then it hit at like 8 o'clock, then fucking it boosts again at 2 o'clock, and fuck, no way I was taking a nap.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. I rode my horses a lot.
I can imagine.
So my mom was supposed to like sit outside and watch me and shit. I mean, that really didn't happen. She'd look out the window and see me. Dude, I was pretty fucked up. Like, I had no balance.
Really?
Like, I couldn't hardly walk. And I had that big gray horse I got.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of a bronc when I come out of this shit.
Really?
Like, he could buck still because he wasn't getting rode a lot. And he only had like 60 days on him.
Yeah.
And, oh man, I had him in a 2 rein, and that son spit spade out and fucking proceeded to hog about. It was like the 3rd time I'd rode since I'd, rode.
Mm-hmm.
And holy shit, I stuck him and I was like, all right, I ain't gonna die. Carry on. And now he's pretty badass. Like, he's pretty fucking handy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And he used to buck, but now that takes too much effort. He knows he's gonna get his ass worked, so don't even.
That's the thing. Just make it miserable as shit for them, and they don't want to do it.
Yeah. Oh man, like this thing I was working on, that mule can buck. So I don't want to cut it up, but I want to make it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop.
I'd say that's a hell of a quirt.
It's a quirt.
That's
it won't hurt, but it'll sure make them go, oh fuck.
Yeah. It'll sound good.
Yeah. Especially on my chaps.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll
fucking mule will sell out at anything.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't used to ride mules, and now I'm like, fuck, it's a half horse, treat it like one.
They can be handy little fuckers.
Like this little son bitch can climb up some shit. Like I'm picking her up some shit that I'm like, okay, a horse would probably die. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't know. My dad, well, he's still got that one, but he's old. He don't get rode anymore. But that little bastard, Marvin the mule, like, fuck man, that was the most sure-footed thing I've ever been on.
I had a mule named Chester, and that son of a bitch fell so many times.
No shit.
We were going through Willows, and there was those beaver runs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there'd be willows growing over top. He wanted to stick his head up in the air and look at the fucking stars. So he just fall on one of them. Somebody's like trap roar. He hit the ground a lot, bounced his head off the ground a lot. Shit. But he got pretty good. I sold him later for a lot of money.
Huh. I've I hadn't been around a ton of mules. We had that one. I rode him quite a bit, I guess, and then there be some other guys that bring mules around, but
yeah,
I got outside of that one that we had, I never really been around them much, but they're interesting creatures,
They're goddamn smart.
They're real smart.
They remember shit like like you
and
do.
If you think a horse has a distinct personality, I mean, a mule is just like that on steroids.
This mule is 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And she bucks. So they bought her at an auction, and she was drugged. They had her pulling a cart. And then they got her home, and the drugs wore off. Proceeded to be a pain in the ass.
Huh.
Oh, man. But now I got her, and by God, I can ride her, so I ain't got to walk, so good enough for me.
There you go. There you go. No, I've never been around them much. I know Kit Carson preferred a mule to a horse. And
didn't that guy that went after Geronimo?
No, he didn't go after Geronimo. But he was a little bit before Geronimo's time. He was
the other guy. Off the movie, old fucking Nantan Lupe.
Yeah, he's like he was one of the like the early mountain men, and he left from, like, I can't remember if it was Missouri or Arkansas. Might be, I think he lived in both, but I think he left from Arkansas and went to Texas, and then just got into the trapping game. And eventually he was all over our kind of country, you know. He's well, his where I got married there outside of Los Animas, Boggsville, you know.
I never heard of it.
It's a little historic site just south of Los Animas, but anyway,
okay.
that was where the last place he lived. But he was always at Bent's Fort, and he lived at Taos.
You hear that burned up or like half burned up?
I heard that.
Yeah, we had them big fires.
Yeah.
That was when I was like in my recovery.
And it got burnt, huh?
Yeah, it got burnt pretty good.
No shit. That sucks.
Yeah, you should research that. They're in the rebuild stage.
Well, I mean, I guess the good thing about it was a recreation, so it's not like the original burned down. That one burned down a long time ago. But
man, so you know why they call Shine Wells?
I think so, but tell the story.
This might interest you. So they had a fort up there, and they had like 4 or 5 wells, but you could turn a stagecoach with 6 horses around in this thing. There's a big cave, and they had wells that were dug by the Cheyenne or some shit. I don't know the whole story, but there's a fort on top, and if you go up, you'd see the impressions of fucking where the cannon set.
No
it's
shit.
Pretty cool. But there's people going in there, and snakes got so bad they dynamite shut.
No shit.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's wild. Well, that makes sense though. I mean, that's right there, because you're not too far from the Sand Creek Massacre.
No, you go right by it. By Brandon.
Yeah, because if you go from, was it Kit Carson down to Eads on that back, or I mean on down to Cheyenne Wells on that back highway, instead of going to Eads, you go to coming off the bridge. If you go straight instead of taking the curve, you go right past that Sand Creek Massacre. And
I shot
down in you what?
I shot a pig out there.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of pigs out there.
Not really. Not really.
No.
I think I shot. Well, one he went to probably less than 100.
They used to have a few down on the Cimarron. I don't know if they still do. I would imagine they have a few, but they didn't get real bad. But also, like, I think and I don't know if they were actual wild pigs or if they were just some escaped pigs.
I think the one I got was an escaped pig.
Yeah, that would make more sense. They got a fuckload of pigs over in California, and Texas is like overrun by pigs. But
yeah,
they've almost made us.
Here, they'd go fast.
Yeah, they've made it almost a sport down there in Texas. I mean, you could just like rent a helicopter and go shoot pigs.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
410.
Yeah, I wonder how much that costs to take a helicopter up for a couple hours.
You see that guy that has a fucking minigun?
Yeah, they do some crazy shit, man. It's
I was like, is this legal? Fuck.
Well, they don't have any real hunting in Texas, you know. Like
Yeah.
they don't. It's all private land, and it's all like just weird shit. Yeah, I mean you can hunt anything in Texas, but it's not really hunting.
Yeah, it's more like there they are, pull the trigger.
Yeah, I mean, and coming from Eastern Colorado, that's not saying much because our hunting was like, all right, let's drive over to where we see the deer every day, and then jump out of the pickup and shoot it, and then you drive the pickup up to gut him out. You know, I mean, so we don't have a whole lot of room to talk, but at least that's wild game.
Come out every year, and I just drive him up. He'd bring a fucking high powered, I mean, some fucking 600-yard gun. I'd drive him out. He'd go across the hood, pop it. We'd drive up. He'd give me a book or some like fucking outfitter vest or some shit. I was like, this cool. I didn't take money. So I didn't need an outfitter's license.
Yeah, that's really only in the mountains, isn't it? I don't think you have to have one out on the plains.
I don't know. It's still Colorado. I didn't want to play with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people. I don't know. I don't. We didn't have enough. We didn't have enough land. We didn't have enough wildlife on our. Now we had plenty of pheasant and shit, but antelope and deer. I mean, they were there, but
a lot of pheasants on our place.
Yeah,
but we're surrounded by cornfields.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we had more quail than we had pheasant. And we had a lot of antelope. We had a lot of antelope close by, but nothing really on our property. You know, it was like the quarter over from us or the half. Like a couple miles up the road, we saw a lot of antelope, but we never had anybody hunting on our land because we just didn't have a whole lot coming through other than.
If you come to my shit, you come here to hunt, have your coffee, walk out on the front porch, shoot an antelope, come back in, take another sip.
Hell yeah.
They're everywhere out here.
Those things have got really popular to shoot here in the last. Cause I don't know if it was the same with you guys, but growing up, man, like everybody that lived around there was like, yeah, shoot those things, but nobody ate them. Like, they're not.
They're
people
good.
out here. People out here love them, and I'll eat it, but it's not my first choice by any means. You gonna make it? You got the Roni? He's got the COVID, folks. This might be the last time you see him.
So fucking Bailey made sausage with it. It was pretty goddamn good.
I bet you make that stuff into sausage, and I mean you can make just about anything taste good by making it into sausage.
Yeah, I don't like antelope, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, and then like eating deer out here compared to deer back home.
Yeah,
it's a little gamey out here. They don't have the farm ground out here, and the farm ground they have is like garlic and, well, outside of alfalfa, they don't have a whole lot of farming out here. I mean, there's onions and garlic.
And they had one that they had an alfalfa field, and it was a huge field. So just go shoot one of them. They were good.
Yeah. If I ever draw a tag here, I'll just shoot one from the back door of the office so when they come up to eat out of the fucking commodity bay.
Right.
You know, I hit 2 deer this winter.
You know whose place? Oh, fucking. It was Rafto's place at Aaronville that has that big alfalfa field.
Yeah. we I think I counted 60 head of deer right there outside the commodity bay one night.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucking stupid. And I've put in for, I guess I missed the deadline last year, so I didn't put in for tags, but every other year that I've been out here, I've put in for tags and I've never fucking drawn. And I was like, we should have more tags here because there's a lot of fucking deer here and
You can't get Oakland County?
No, they're pretty strict over here.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Oakland County. Elk here.
I know it. Kansas was the same. Fuck. Kansas, you get 6 whitetail tags if you wanted to.
Right.
And I used to shoot the shit out of deer in Kansas. Like just like they wanted you to. Like there's like, get rid of these motherfuckers.
This one's pretty small. Go get another one.
That's the only good thing I'll say about Kansas. Kansas fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does. It's good to drive across.
Debatable.
It's not good, but it's good to get out of.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're always ready to see what's over that next little rise. Man,
I was driving down the road and there was a place that had zebras on the right side of the road. And I was like, what the fuck? Goddamn zebra.
There's people down in Texas that have some of those zebras, and I don't know if anybody rides them or not, but
I would love to ride a zebra.
It's like intriguing. I'd have to see the zebra up close. And I might.
What I like to do is breed a zebra to like a fucking metallic cat or some really hybrid badass. Yeah, can you imagine that shit?
Oh, that or breed some. All right, so on a mule, it has to be a jack donkey to a mare, right?
It'd be a male zebra to a fucking mare.
To a mare, okay.
Yeah.
Are there any of those like really well-bred cow horses that bred to a jack and you get a really well-bred cow mule?
Yeah, I think so.
Is there? Huh.
I'm pretty sure.
I bet you there is.
I'll be the first person to think of this shit.
I know. I'm gonna say because like if there isn't, maybe we should be partners on something here.
Oh man, I would love some cow-bred mules.
I'd like to see it.
Oh man, it would be so cool.
I bet you they're out there. Because I would say there's no way we're the first ones to think of it.
Yeah, no way. Those mules in South America. Fuck. You ever seen that video with the guys on
that Brazilian dude?
Mules? They're on Belgian mules tied off, roping fucking yearling white Brahmas.
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's pretty cool.
I've seen that one video. I think it was in Brazil. Old guy comes to tag a little Bramer calf, and that mule just faces
the shit out of the cow.
Yeah, that old mama cow was not happy, but old mule didn't give a shit. Like that's pretty handy.
Yeah, that would be like some of these cows. Like I make sure I take my horse with me.
Yeah,
because that mare, she's a mare. She'll kick the fuck out of me.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna stay tied to her.
Yeah, I rode my Mustang mare today, and I thought she was trying to buck or something, but no, it was just some Holstein was trying to eat her tail, and she went to kicking.
God damn it, Karen! Oh, kick him, Karen!
Oh, fucking that Mustang mare, she's something else.
I try not to ride my mare a lot because, man, I used her hard when I first got her. Like,
Yeah.
I used her like I had to point to proof, but now she's fucking getting older. I mean, she's uh 11 or 12, but she's she's been through the wars. So
Yeah.
I'm trying not to ride her a lot, and I'm riding these client horses and Bullseye. Man, I did not even think of when I called him Bullseye is that horse off Toy Story.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
never even thought. You know why I call him that? Because he has a fucking dot on his head.
That's
I was
funny.
like, God damn, if you're a dick, Bullseye, pop.
Toy Story. That might be the best Disney franchise ever. In
Run
my
like the
opinion.
wind, Bullseye. It works. It works.
I love those movies.
That
I'm a
it lumbers like the wind.
yep.
He's pretty fucking big. He wears a number 2 shoe.
Yeah. Those Mustangs, that's the thing about them is they might not be very big, but they got big fucking feet.
What's surprising is so he really is big. Like
Yeah.
he's 15 or I mean he's more than 15. But
Oh.
that isn't very common.
No, I mean that's the same way with that mare of mine. She's a big old bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of those Mustangs are pretty small.
I bet your horse is like mountain bred or some shit.
She has to be. She came out of here or maybe Oregon. I don't know. But I bought her from some lady in the town, uh, right over from us, and they couldn't
Mine
get a
came from Wyoming,
yeah.
and my Mustang, my Gelly came from Colorado, from Douglas or some shit, and
Yeah.
that mare came from desert from Adobe Town, but
Mm.
desert ones for some fucking they're just they ain't got to eat a lot if they ain't very big.
Yeah, there ain't nothing out there to eat.
Yeah, so they don't get very big. So the smaller they are, the better to do.
Oh, so this ranch over in Carson Valley, uh, old ranch. Carson Valley is one of those like if it wasn't for all the fucking houses, it'd be one of the most beautiful places on earth too. I mean, because that's like there's Lake Tahoe, and then right below it's Carson Valley. I mean, it's fucking gorgeous, and um, but there's a ranch there that's sold out. I mean, like I don't know how many generations been in that family, but they sold out the other day, and they donated a bunch of land to some fucking wild horse project. So
Huh.
I just wait for the dirt to start blowing over there once those fucking horses take off.
No shit.
Yeah.
You see that video of like thousands and thousands of horses on TikTok?
I think I saw it. It's yeah.
They're crossing the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just thousands upon thousands, and you see behind them is brown. Up front of them is green.
Yep. Yeah, and they're all like rail thin too.
Yeah.
It's like, man,
Good luck.
yeah.
You
I
might want to cut them down a little bit.
see that we don't have any right around here, but like on the way to Reno, there's a bunch, and then yeah, and then like going over to To Fernley, there's a bunch, and they just, it's the fucking desert, man. There's not a lot to eat out there. And the horses don't do good on it. The cows do fine. That's the weird thing is you'd think to see some of those cows coming off the desert just be fucking skin and bones, and they're not. Yeah. Like they do well out there.
They can eat fucking anything.
Yep. Yeah, and man, those horses are just fucking
grass, weeds. That's about it.
Yeah, and they're they don't look good. and then they don't graze it like the cows do either, and so it doesn't grow back, and so what was already barren is even more barren.
Yeah, now it's dust.
Yeah. How's the dust over in Cheyenne Wells country? Is it pretty bad down there?
I haven't been to Cheyenne Wells for like 2-3 months.
Oh, okay.
But here it's pretty fucking dry here.
I know back home, my dad was saying they're getting the county boys to scrape sand away from the Highline poles.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like it's looking pretty dust bowl-y again.
I'm glad I moved up here because it's kind of closer to the mountains. Mm-hmm. So we've got like them big ass rolling dust storms like we do back in the plains.
Yeah, there ain't nothing to stop it. Yeah, you know, just and you know, like nobody should be farming out there, honestly. Like that.
No,
it's
grass.
It's grass. Yeah, if and especially that buffalo grass, man. That the roots go so freaking deep. Like they even if you don't have any grass, that root system will keep the dirt from blowing so bad. And yeah, I don't know.
Go down 20 foot.
Oh yeah. But I mean, they get all these subsidies to farm, so they're not going to stop. And yeah, we didn't learn from the first Dust Bowl. I guess.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when they have to shut down the highway on a kind of regular basis because the wind, the dust gets to blowing so bad. Like maybe we should start thinking about not farming. Putting something in the ground permanently that's gonna stay.
If more people get into CRP, I'd be happy.
I know they're plowing under CRP, like over by Pritchett. There's a whole bunch of people. Like, do you guys not remember any of this shit? No, because
farming practices got better. Okay, you ain't using them one way, but you're still using the same disc.
Yeah, you're still farming. Like this is grass country. Like, put it back to grass, man, and then it's not that bad.
No shit.
Yeah.
The grass will die out, get short, but when it rains again, it'll grow.
Yep. Yeah, that's how I mean, there was a reason there were just big fucking ranches out there, in the 1870s, 1880s,
Yeah, that's what I miss about riding feedlot. Is listen to your old history podcast you do.
Oh yeah, man! I got a guy coming on Sunday. He's a historian out of Chicago, and he's like his specialty is Chicago. And so I read one of his book. I read one of his books on it's called Slaughterhouse. And it just goes from the beginning of the Union stockyards all the way till when Chicago became like the meat packing empire, and all the way up to I think it was published in like 2014. So like it's even got some pretty modern shit where like they're doing urban farming and shit. But anyway, he's gonna be on the show Sunday, and that's gonna be a cool one. He's like he's a real, like he's a actual historian, like professor of history and whatnot. I talked to him on the phone for like 15 minutes, and I could tell it's gonna be a good episode.
So they got me in this like kind of fucking big house. Like behind this thing is a big ass pantry. But so I'm thinking of doing like small scale urban farming shit, but like where they have like the trays full of seed sprouts and shit.
Yeah.
Just like growing out a calf or some shit. I mean, why not? Fuck it. Just try it.
My wife does like the the herbs and shit, like cilantro and basil and just little flower pots, and it's pretty handy, like you don't get a whole lot of cilantro, but you don't have to buy quite as much, or it's kind of handy. I think the way the world's going, the more shit you can make for yourself, the better off you are.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Colorado, and if you go into the store, take your own bags or fuck off. I've taken the cart out to the truck, just fill the floorboard and go home.
Yeah. So that's a thing in Colorado now, huh? Where you gotta bring your own bag. Huh. Gay.
Oh, the gay governor did that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It sounds like California. They charge you for a bag in California.
It used to be 10 cents a bag, but now they ain't even available.
Huh. Weird. We don't have that. We don't have that here in Nevada yet, but it's probably coming. And I don't know. Maybe that's not necessary. What? I don't know why I guess they went to the plastic bags because they were cheaper, but the paper bags were better anyways. Like I don't know, maybe they weren't. Yeah. And then, you could just burn them. They're fine.
I like that.
Yeah, they're a good fire starter. I don't know. Weird. And the funny thing is, like, the funny thing is
bags.
Those plastic bags, getting rid of them in the long scheme of things, probably not going to do a goddamn thing. Because China just dumps plastic shit in the ocean by the minute.
Loads of tires and shit. I watched a deal where they're trying to make a reef out of tires.
Oh, no shit.
That was a total failure. Like poison shit, fucking stuff wouldn't grow on it. Like it'd kill coral. Like it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I can imagine. The weirdest thing is like all of this shit comes from the earth somehow.
Yeah.
But some of it, once you mix a bunch of shit together, then it becomes bad for the earth. And he's like, seems like a raw deal on our part, Like we got all this shit from the earth, but now why is it bad for the earth when it goes back in?
Right. No shit.
It's weird. Like oil is just old plants,
Right.
But then when you burn it, apparently it's not good. I don't know.
It'll deplete the ozone.
Yeah. Apparently the ozone's back to normal.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had heard that.
So we can burn shit again?
Well, what was it back in the day? It was the air conditioner shit, the CFCs, the aerosols.
Oh.
So, but then we still have aerosol stuff, but I guess they just changed the ingredient.
Oh.
I don't know.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Never read it. I hear the answer is 42 though.
You're right. You're right.
I know that part of it, but I've never read it.
No, they made a movie.
Oh, okay. I never watched it either, but
Oh man, I forgot where I was going with it, but I remember. The aerosol. There's a planet they went to, and there's so many fucking aerosol cans from like deodorant.
oh.
I was like, fuck, it's like a Colorado locker room. Fucking spray on deodorant.
Yeah, that used to be a thing. Remember that?
Yeah, like Axe and shit.
Yeah. But even before that, I think it was like
I'm gonna get a goddamn BB gun and shoot these bastards. Man, this is where the fun's at. Hey, fuckhead. I'll leave it. My goddamn kid left a cupcake cap.
Yeah.
I could still kill you right now.
Axe body spray. That used to be a thing.
So, I sound like a bully, but I kind of was. I'm sorry, God, be the star of pygmies. But there's a kid that, I mean, he'd walk by and you knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even have to look up. But we're in the locker room and it was during PE or something. We cornered his ass and fucking emptied 3 fucking cans of this shit on him.
How good did he smell and for how long?
It did not work. No, it did not work.
He's still stuck. Oh, well. Yeah.
Oh, we got in a lot of fucking trouble.
I can imagine. Nowadays you'd be expelled for that shit probably.
That was brought about, but there were so many of us it would cause like bad press for the school. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, we had a deal like that here a couple of years ago where the redneck kids got in a fight with like the wannabe thug kids, and then like we made national attention because one of the girls on the wannabe thugs was a black girl. So then of course the race card got pulled, and
fuck.
It was a whole big thing.
Man, shit was so much simpler when we were in school.
It really was, man.
I remember the biggest thing was, so I was not always a cowboy. They didn't always paint on my pants.
You have some Jinko jeans?
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! And Converse fucking shoes. Yeah.
I wear shoes a lot lately because boots have got really fucking expensive. So if I'm not riding,
$300 fucking dollars.
I know. So if I'm not riding, I've got some other, either like some work boots. Yeah, I like at work. I wear some like the modern day combat boots. Yeah. Or I wear tennis shoes if I'm if I'm not at work. And then yeah, like my boots are for riding or for like when you got to dress nice.
I don't think it's pretty nice. So I got these fucking from Boot Barn.
Yeah.
Yeah, not cheap.
Tony Llamas?
I don't know what the fuck they are. I don't know. They ain't Tony Llamas. They're more better.
Oh, okay.
I've got leather soles and shit. It's pretty nice.
I've got a I got a couple pair of customs. I got a one pair that needs to be resold, and then
I want some shark skin.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that shit lasts forever.
does it really?
That's what I hear. That elephant.
Elephant does. Water buffalo does.
Yeah. I heard somebody using a water buffalo riata, and it was
really?
really fucking strong.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Huh. Water buffalo riata. Huh. I'd like to see that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
When I was younger, they had a booth at a ranch rodeo, but it was before I got into big loops, and I didn't buy one. Now I feel dumb for not, because
Yeah.
that would be pretty cool.
I know, and I had a chance to buy a couple of Riatas for real cheap back in the day, but I didn't. Yeah, same thing.
Before it came about.
Well, yeah, and it's before like the big mixing of puncher and buckaroo. Like
Yeah.
now everybody's a hybrid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was before I knew anything about the buckaroo style of stuff, and now I'm just like, man, I could have had at the very least that was good trading material because they were,
Speaking of hybrid, so I have one of them 5/16 cottons, but it's tied hard and fast.
No shit.
Yeah. It's only like 30 feet.
Yeah. There's no stretching on cotton either, so it's
no.
Essentially I mean, yeah, I guess polyester don't have any stretch either, but it seems like polyester's seems like it maybe has a little bit of stretch compared to a cotton.
I remember my fucking poly blend. It was one of the blue ropes of 310.
Yeah. Yeah, those were pretty good.
Citation. But it was pretty non, but it did stretch.
Yeah.
I finally, man, I cut the thing down until it's like 10 feet. I was stealing them all.
That's funny.
Man. I finally was like, well, I gotta do it. My brain just, I'm not fast enough to dally.
There you go. Well,
so
I mean,
fuck it.
It's might as well. I mean,
ain't hurting nothing.
Use what works.
And all I want to do is get my job done, and I can do it pretty good.
There you go. It's yeah, I mean, yeah, you just adapt if the dally don't work anymore. Yeah, make sure you don't have to dally.
I used to love to run rope. Now I can't even get one wrap, and I'm like, okay, I got one wrap. Then I'm on fucking rawhide, so gotta take two, gotta take three. And I'm like, oh fuck, I forget. And with the fucking tie on, I can just catch them, pull my slack. If they don't run away, then right off.
Yep. There you go.
But it works.
Yeah. Might as well. I mean, like I said, it's whatever it takes to get the job done. That's what you do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to call Zach Sargent back up. I was gonna tell him we got to find a new topic. We're gonna do a cowboy like formal debate on cowboy topics, and the first one was gonna be Buckaroo versus Cowpuncher. But the more I thought about it, like, well, the people that I actually respect and I'd want them to be part of the debate, they all say like, it just doesn't matter as long as they're a hand. Like,
yeah,
because people that have been around a little bit, they know that the styles it's all dependent on the terrain. That's all it is. And so like so the people that would like argue that buckaroo's the only way to go or that cowpuncher style is the only way to go, they're usually going to be younger guys that I really don't care to hear their opinion because they haven't seen anything yet, you know?
Yeah. Fuck, I got a speed bit.
Yeah.
And taps on the way.
I mean, fucking Mark Lundy was doing that for a while too. And he's like, he's as buckaroo as they get. You know, he was a fucking cow boss on the Gamble or the Wine Cup, one of the two. And you know, now I saw him down in Texas tied hard. And you're like, cowboy's cowboy, you know?
Right.
And yeah, so it's just we're gonna have to find a new topic, I think, because like I said, the people that you want to hear argue points on how to do something cowboy, like you want them to know what they're talking about, and the ones that know what they're going to talk about, it's not going to be like
I don't know what a good topic could be for that, because I mean, a lot of people mix that shit.
I know it, and most of the good ones do, like almost all of the good ones do, and so there's something out there. I know there's something we can, like, as long as you set the topic and these are like the parameters and debate it, I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But we gotta figure out a different topic. So, because I talked to a bunch, like he was gonna find somebody from the cowpuncher side, and I was gonna
fucking bullnose.
Yeah, and like he was gonna find somebody from the cowpuncher side, and I was gonna find somebody from the buckaroo side. I think we're gonna do 2 people on each side, and
I
then
like Eagle Big Taps.
yeah, and then we were gonna moderate it. So, but yeah, everybody that I thought, you know, would be a good representative of the buckaroo side, and they would be. Don't get me wrong, but they also wouldn't be very good in a debate because it'd just be both sides agreeing with each other that it depends on where you're at.
Right.
And so like it wouldn't make for a good debate.
So do it twice. Get 2 green guys and 2 hands.
That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
I mean, when I say green, I mean like a green break. Like they're just now finding out that this is getting hard.
Handy though, like you got to make sure they're handy. And so you get like 2 guys from like Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico area.
Yeah.
And then get like 2 guys from Nevada or Idaho or California. And
so have the hand find the younger guy.
Maybe see that could work too. Maybe
He'd overlook.
Well,
and it'd be someone he respects.
Yeah, that could work pretty good. That might be something. Let me think on that. Let me think on that. But I like this idea though of having like a formal debate set up between a couple of broke dick cowboys, you know? Like, like have them follow, you know, you have, you know, however 90 seconds for your opening remarks, and then the other person gets 90 seconds for their opening remarks, then you get 5 minutes to plead your case. You get 5 minutes for rebuttal, whatever, you know, and
I'd go starting in a snaffle versus Buzzle. Yeah.
See, I that is one that like Scott Hall was wanting to do, like the Bozell to the spade bit, the old California style versus, whatever, say the like the Texas style.
My horses go till they can neck ring from Snaffle or Bosel, whichever I choose.
Yeah.
Just whatever whim I'm feeling.
Yeah.
But that bulleye horse, he'll ride a pillow Bosel. Like real small, real light.
Mm-hmm.
But I was out of a coma. I was bored. Read books.
There you go. Yeah. Well, and that's always a good thing. You got the time, read a book.
Yeah. Well, I got to learn shit.
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't even matter what the book is. Just read books. Like you'll learn shit from just about any book you read.
You might appreciate Hackamore Rainsman.
Okay. I've seen that book before. I've never read it, but
it's a little paperback.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I'll have to pick that up. I'm
whacking fucking Mustangs in the nose.
Oh yeah.
But you cannot get pucked off if you do it. Like man, you're kind of putting fuck up or fucking sit down.
Yeah.
In the book.
Well, there's this old man lives not too far from here. He's from Oregon originally, but Mr. Ted, he's got this Bosel that's I don't know, that thing's got to be like 1.5 inches. I mean, it's a big sucker, and he's like, you put that on them and whack them on the nose a couple times, and they'll smarten up. It's like I bet you're right. I bet you're right.
I had one made out of 3/8 cable.
Huh.
And then wax cotton over the top. But it was like braided all over the top and over the oh, it had aluminum fucking deal there.
The heel knot.
Yeah, and it was nice.
Huh.
Fuck, it would stop a goddamn train.
Yeah, I bet so. That's I bet it would.
It was kind of mean.
Oh, Mr. Ted, that I rode that mare for him. Well, no, I take that back. I did not ride that mare for him. I tried to several times, and she bucked me off like that. That might be and maybe it was just because I was getting, like I was past my prime, and I'd been too long since I'd been on anything real rank. But that bitch, she sure enough bucked me off about 6 different times, and I gather her up, and I was like, Mr. Ted, I hate to admit this, but she doesn't seem to be weakening any, and I have weakened pretty much the whole way, And I was like,
I don't think I'm gonna ride the rough cover.
No, and I was just like, I don't think I will. And yeah, she whooped my ass, and I'm not afraid to say it. Like, she just fucking whooped my ass, and I was like, yeah, I think I don't know if I'm
this shit.
Yeah, I've rode a lot of nasty shit, but that one she had my number, and like I said, she was not weakening a bit, and the first couple times the first time I went like 10 jumps, and then it was like 8 jumps, and then it was like 3 jumps, and then like I'm getting to where I'm flinching every time I swing a leg over, and that's not a good thing.
So,
like I'm not getting that moment of silence before I catch that.
Yeah, like your minute to set yourself.
Yeah, like right as your leg swings over, you get that moment where everything's kind of in slow motion. I was not getting that.
TikTok
yeah,
that I made of the mule.
Yeah,
man, that fucker counterfeit cunt. I didn't even get a leg over and she bucked. I was like, bitch.
Yep.
I tired of the trailer. I'm like, But she took off running and went to Buck, and oh man, I knew she's gonna do it. So she's running. I set up, put my knees up, set my feet forward, like fuck yeah. Just dropped my hand and let her go. Fucking, she never did again. I beat her ass.
Yeah, they learn pretty quick. Those mules, they learn real quick.
Smart.
Yeah.
If you don't fall off, you got it. You got it, and you got a good one.
Yeah. But also, if they really don't want you up there, you ain't staying up there.
No,
if a mule decides you ain't riding me, I don't care who. I don't care if you're Billy Etbauer. You ain't sticking on.
Like this bitch, she tried really hard all day. And then finally at the end, I'm swinging the rope, fucking tagging calves. I'm like, you tired yet? The good thing is she's scared. So if you rope something, she is not going to walk up the rope.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck yeah, we can deal with this. This will work.
See, she wasn't mad at you though, because like I said, if a mule is mad at you, there ain't nobody on earth that's gonna ride it.
Fuck, I could walk out there right now and that mule walk up to me, put her head down, let me scratch her ears.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch loves me, but she just don't like being rude.
Yeah, yeah. They're just a different creature.
They're odd.
Yeah, odd. That's the best way to put them. They're kind of odd. They're
That's
not
why
supposed to.
Fucking Azores or whatever.
Yeah, they're not
supposed to be like a mule.
They're not supposed to exist. You know.
Yeah.
And how you know they're not supposed to exist? Because they can't reproduce. So
what's that? The movie with Kevin Costner, The Postman.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't?
I don't think so.
Oh fuck! It was out a long time ago.
Huh? The Postman.
The mule. So Kevin Costner has a mule, and he speaks Shakespeare and shit. Well, they catch Kevin. They eat the mule because he's an abomination of God. And I'm like, makes sense.
They're not completely wrong.
They're not. I mean, I don't know. I never read mules in the Bible, but there's a lot of donkeys.
Yeah, they talk about the ass a lot. I don't know about the.
Yeah, there's a lot of ass in the fucking Bible.
Yeah. You know, that's a good note to end the main episode on. There's a lot of ass in the Bible.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You know,
of
like we just got done with Easter. Happy Easter. We got Orthodox Easter coming up. Happy Easter. And there's a lot of ass in the Bible. And on that note, move your ass. We're burning daylight. We'll be back for the Patreon. But yeah. Sign up for the Patreon. Patreon.com/burning-daylight. We'll be back. Maybe.
Fuck it.
You rise up in the morning beneath the stars so bright. Pull your hat down, make sure your cinch is tight. Horses kinda snuffy, cold chill up your spine. We'll get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. In the saddle till the job's done right. Burning daylight. Well, life is just a gather and you won't catch 'em all. But when you ride through the gate, make sure you sit up tall. I can see the horizon, it's looking pretty bright. Well, get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. In the south, till the job's done right. Burning daylight. Burning